Shalom. First thing we want to do is give all praise and honor glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Makakodash.
Double honor to the apostle and elders of Great Millstone. And salutations, brother, pushing this word with truth, sincerity, and charity. All right, so basically we out again. Of course, I know you see the news. I think yesterday we went into at the live show, man. Look, we in DEFCON 3, man. All right, DEFCON 3 is basically the military is on standby right now, man.
Full alert. I think it's 7 days left for America to answer Putin's demands. He gave them 9 days, 2 days ago. So 7 is the number of completion, man. He gave them 7 days to remove their batteries from around anything eastward toward Russia, man. Right? And, you know, and that's usually, you got to think about it. Salaki, right? These Idumeans, look at it. Is it Isaiah 33:1? That's like, that scripture been hot in this place. But nevertheless, you have to remember that these Idumeans broke over 500 treaties with the Gadites. Alright? They broke every treaty they ever made with the so-called Native. Over 500. Alright, so you can't trust your enemy, somebody can grab that. It's foolish for you to put your trust in this man's word. You something.
This is Isaiah 33:1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee.
Right, so the Russians, you know, the Russians for years have held off, man. But we know why, because the Lord told those angels to hold back those destroying winds. Somebody can get that too. Because everything's winding down now. Eventually, those 4 angels that are holding back those destroying winds, they're about to let them go, man.
They better let them go.
And you got to understand, everything is on a precipice. Everything is on the edge of completion. And when these Idumeans go to complete their mission, all right, because this war is also going to be another tool to help crash the dollar, all right, because that's exactly what's going to happen. The moment they start the small arms fire, start going back and forth between these soldiers, the markets are all going to crash. Yeah, and the dollar's practically dead. It's dead. It's being propped up. All right, it's being propped up right now. All right. So the dollar's really being propped up. It's not standing on its own. You know, if I need crutches to walk, all right, I can't brag and say that I'm whole.
Oh, hell no.
I can't, you know.
You can't run.
I can't, right. And it's not wise for me to be popping up for somebody, you know. Move out the fam, you know. But I'm crutches though.
Fuck you. I'll whoop your ass.
So you know, they get mad. At first they like, you know what, man, you on crutches, bro.
Right.
Then you keep talking, man, you know. Agitate them, they might go ahead and light you up.
Because Russia and China already came together with the yuan, dealing in the Gulf, in the Canada, you know, you know, and they start dealing with the yuan. Now the yuan got a gold standard on it. They already stopped dealing with America as far as their dollars, man. And they did this years ago. And that's why you see a lot of what's going on right now. The petrodollar being devalued
right after that crash. 2009, 2010, Russia and China started dealing in their own currency, and then that's when those BRICS countries formed. Which was Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and now there's a ton of other countries that have joined up to those countries.
So you see the battle is being set, man. Because as soon as they get to fighting over there, America's gonna send their troops over there. Hey, look, this war is gonna be a bugged out war, because these folks got a lot of technology that he's been holding up, and Putin got technology. Hey, look, they like, look, we ain't no, I
believe, and the Chinese have that hypersonic. They have that, and they also have that cloaking.
Yeah, that cloaking shit that
That's
been like.
And yeah, they got that cloaking shit, man. And you know, and I'm pretty sure that they shared that with the Russians.
Oh yeah.
The Russians probably have it too.
Done. So the stage is set, man. And while all of this is going on, hey, Jake is not paying attention, man. Jake is living trying to live their best life. They living their best life. Right. You know, like God. Hey,
They are, man.
God. Hey,
Still
like
going to Harold.
God.
Still going to Sharks. You know, to go get right. To go get their
Calamari.
chicken. You know, fried calamari with the lemon pepper.
That was the spirit that you were saying that this gonna be the year of calves, because Apostle Sahar said this is the year of Yahweh Baal Shem turning up. So
and it's the spirit.
it's the spirit. So,
hey, it's the spirit.
hey, the Lord is turning up, man. It's chaos, man. That's what it is, man.
Yeah, God. Hey, hey, what's that song? The roof is on fire. We don't care. Let that motherfucker burn. Hey, look. Hey, that's the mindset of these damn Jakes, man. The whole building is on fire, but Jake, like, we don't care. Let it burn, man.
Yeah, well,
we still gonna turn up.
It's like Elder Barak said many years ago, man. He said the building, you know, America's like a building on fire. They're trying to line up to go in and fill out an application to come with
Right. They hired.
But he's like, the building's burning.
Right.
Jake out in the line trying to get
Waiting
in
for a job.
to fill out an application or get some free shit. But the building on fire. You hold something, brother. Go ahead and break it up.
This is just the same thing that I was saying earlier before y'all got on the shake subject. This is Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. They made all the earth drunken. The nations got drunken on her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad.
Right. So, hey, these nations. Hey, and what was the main thing? Hey, democracy, man. Democracy, man. This whole little credit-based system. Hey, man, these heathen nations that ate it up, man. And now they starting to see, hey, look, it's bullshit, man. It's nonsense, man. Hey, cause now you see what Esau doing, man. He's turning his back on everybody, man. Hey, look what he's doing to Ishmael, man. And Ishmael was a big supporter of Esau, man. And look at Esau over there tearing him up, man. Been tearing him up for decades, man. You know?
This is Jeremiah 51:8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed.
Right, Babylon is going to be suddenly falling and destroyed. Hey, the Lord said, man, this place is going to be destroyed in an hour, man. 1 hour, man. Right? Hey, what's the scripture say? If I come, the fire be already kindled.
Yeah, it's gonna go quick. It's gonna go quick. Got the arrow start flying.
Oh yeah.
You know, because like I said, fall on and purpose the air missile tanks, fighter jet. But it's gonna be right. So that's gonna kick off first. But as soon as these missiles start flying, you know, take right. Then the dog fight, because all the jet fighters gonna be up in the air fighting each other and firing off ICBMs as well. And guess what? Right in the middle of that, the Hawashai gonna come. And so this, and all that's connected to what's going on, because they already in Europe rolling out the thing to go under your skin, you know, to prove your status. And the same thing is gonna happen here. You won't be able to travel, go from town to town, city to city, buy or sell. And as soon as they get ready to do that, bring that stuff out, brother.
This Job chapter 5 or 12. He disappoints that the fashion of the blessing shows that their hands cannot perform in the blood.
That's right. He's gonna disappoint the crafty man, and their hands are not gonna be able to perform their enterprise. Right? It's a wrap. It's over.
As soon as these big
You done, son. What do you say? You done, son? It's over, man. Right? So we will live. These are the last moments of the last days. Point blank. Period, man. Anybody say anything else? You're full of shit.
Hey, what said the scripture say? He said his bounds that he cannot pass.
Got that for you right here.
Yeah,
That's right.
This is Job chapter 14, verse 5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee.
Which is talking about the wicked, man. Which is talking about Esau, Edom, man. All right, and we coming up to the end of his kingdom, man. All right, keep going.
Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
Right. So the Lord said his kingdom. He got a day, an hour, a moment to where his kingdom is gonna stop, man.
Yeah, he drew a line in the sand.
God. And and he's not gonna go past that. He's not gonna go a centimeter past that line, man. All right? Hey, it's over with, man.
So people are all worried and they're scared. You know, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna lose my job. You know, and all this other mess. People,
What about the wrong shit?
they work right. And you got E is giving out time like he got time.
Yeah.
Giving guys 100 years, 110 years, man.
Yeah,
man,
right.
you see they reduce.
They reduce it to 10
But
years.
nevertheless, they're giving people time that they don't have. America don't have 10 years.
Yeah,
If you believe that, you out of your mind, man.
Yeah.
You know, you're completely out of your mind if you don't believe in the word of God, man. And what's that? What's I'm saying? Everybody's a Christian until the scriptures come out. As soon as these scriptures come out, it's like, wait a minute. The book said that. Just because you're passing your priest, don't go into the scriptures like that. Why? Because the Lord not with you. All right? The real prophets are going to be on the highways and byways, on the streets, just like the Bible says. Bring out what you have.
This is Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
Right? He don't have much time left, man. So that's why, you know, the clamp is coming down. There's a damn COVID test site, you know, almost every couple blocks now, man. They've renting out all these little, you know, properties in the middle, you know, that nobody else is renting. It's funny, you got all this money to rent out all these properties for these test centers, but you couldn't fix your neighborhoods, your schools, and your streets.
You can't do none of that.
You couldn't build up a community, put jobs in them, so it get less crime and all this other mess.
But now you're giving all this free shit away, though.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
And they ain't never stop. They got all the money in the world to keep them planes spraying that poison in the sky too.
And
You know
what? When I see spoiled, then shall thou be spoiled, man.
Matter of fact, he just read that. Read it again,
Okay,
brother.
God.
Read it again. Who read that Isaiah 33?
That was me.
Read it again, brother. Papa Chuck.
You know? Hey, look, hey, man, we living in beautiful times, man. Cause you gotta think about it. It's men that didn't live to see the fall of their enemies, man. Alright? We actually living right now, and we're getting to see the witness of the fall of our enemies. Alright? We actually seeing it. Alright? That's a gift from the Lord, man. Alright? Hey, look. You got brothers who did revolt from slavery time. They died under the foot of their enemies.
They died on their foot ever since the ship came to the islands, man. You know, as soon as the Edomite showed up, you know, Edomite knew him. You don't know what that is. Those are the people who call themselves white today. They're the biblical Edomites. They never wanted anyone to know them. Right? They hid that for centuries. They hid who they were. Right? They're the treacherous dealers. That deal is treacherous.
This is Isaiah 33:1. Woe to thee that spoils, and thou was not spoiled, and that dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee.
Right, so
Go ahead, brother.
yeah, so who? Hey, yeah, we ain't do to Esau what Esau did to us. When we put him in the Caucasus Mountains,
Oh, they don't never want that history.
right.
But they got put into the Caucasus.
Right.
That's funny how those chapters in the history books
Right,
in
they
school
erased
completely
those.
missing.
Right.
But go ahead.
You know, we didn't do. Hey, we didn't castrate them. Alright, we didn't rape their women. Alright, we didn't cut their children out their stomachs. We didn't feed their kids to fucking bait to alligators. Alright, we didn't practice witchcraft, which is medicine, which is pharmakia on their kids, man. Right, but they did it to us, man.
Like what the KC's doing, they was throwing the babies up in the air.
Catching it with javelin.
They was catching the Latino babies with the sword. Y'all forget about that,
Right. We ain't do that with you, man. Alright? Hey, look, which Vlad did it. Vlad didn't pay him. Alright, but he was at war with Amalek, right?
But you know the way they go, every time they play, they show a pale face.
Now,
This is what Isaiah chapter 1, verse 1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealt treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee.
Right. So like we said earlier, man, They broke over 500 treaties with Gad and Reuben. Over 500. They went back on their word. I mean, dealing treacherously, you know, the brother mentioned how they were throwing, so-called Latino children in the air, catching them on the sword. Well, you fast forward to more recent time, they did that shit to Amin and Moab. Right? They was doing it. They was doing shit like that in Vietnam and in World War II.
That's some wicked ass shit.
All right. And what people don't realize is that Fat Boy and Little Man was dropped on Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Amin had already surrendered. They had already surrendered. So that was a power move to instill fear in the other nations of the world because America was making this power move to instill their currency as the world reserve currency. That's what that was all about. So all those people that they burned and fried, all those people that they did that horrific thing to,
and they still suffer from that.
Yeah.
Their children are being born deformed.
Same thing in Vietnam. Vietnam and Cambodia. The Agent Orange shit was affecting people generations later, man. Like the babies that were all born during that time, a lot of them were born deformed, and a lot of them that were born all right, it was in their DNA because their children came out deformed.
And they make games off of it. They make games off of the effects that happen in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. It's a game called Fallout, right? And then Fallout, you got different deformed animals, you got different deformed people. But when you look up the history on some of the things in the blast radius that those bombs did to those people, they talked about how some of the people, it seared their whole skin, it seared their eyes and their mouth closed, man. But they could still breathe and their nose was open, man. Like they was look,
That's a fake postal death.
Yeah. They said like some people that was in that blast radius, if they was hugging, they got melted together, man. They got pretty much welded together. They said people that was in surgery,
Some woman running with a child, they became one.
right. And then you got the cancer. People, the cancer. When they first tested the loop, they tested it out, and they did it with United States soldiers, man. They did it with their own fucking soldiers, man. They dropped the bomb, the first bomb that was ever tested. And everybody that they tested died. So it was a special on it. How they said, man, it was a heat like a heat they never felt before. They just hit them. And all of them died either from radiation poison or cancer, man. Years later, man. And look, he saw that technology dealing with, he don't understand it, man. And he's a mad scientist. Right, he's a mad scientist. He's just a badass kid, man.
It's like that scientist who has some power and starts to deal with something, and it gets out of control. It can't control it.
This guy is not hated, man. Worship.
No, I'm just saying, it's one of my favorite movies in recent times is that Monsters of Men. And it just goes to show you. It just goes to show you how the technology can get completely out of control and out of their hands. Right? And then they were just monitoring it and letting it happen and collecting data so how they can fix it.
Exactly.
It was basically those people just became, what's the word? No, well, that too. But collateral damage. It was collateral damage for all the death and mayhem that was being caused. Well, that's just collateral damage so we can perfect the technology. And that's the whole thing. And see, the thing is, it's never going to be perfected. How many movies do they need to make when the AI wakes up and gets him and starts fighting back with the cancer and decide it doesn't need to?
And that's what Elon Musk is scared about. He's been saying that that's what the whole brain is about, man. It's to bridge the gap between man and machine. Because he's scared that AI is going to wake up and figure out that who the fucking problem is. And show you that Age of Ultron.
No, it actually happened for real. About 6 years ago, you had those two MIT students, all right, for a project or a study, whatever they did. You had these two MIT students that created an AI and put it online and let it learn and just sit back and watch it. And after 2 days, it had learned so much it actually started saying that the Edomites, so we know what it did, it started learning. What it did, it started reading PDF books and real history books that's not prescribed reading. They started learning, and actually it was calling the Edomites, Idumeans, shit like that. It was calling them Amalekites, and it was saying that they were the problem in the world,
Because
right? And that they needed to be gotten rid of. That they were the cancer of the earth, and that if you want to fix the earth, you have to get rid of these people. And it freaked these Caucasians out so bad, they every evidence of that study got pretty much erased, and like it never existed. They got rid of it all.
I was just looking at iRobot, and it's just like the same specific thing. I was just talking about iRobot. Vicky stood up here and said that the AI told them that humans are destined to kill themselves, and we got to protect y'all from y'all selves. Just like you looking at that.
But really is Esau, man.
Right.
The Idumeans. Because look, when we was in rulership, we did wickedly against the Lord. We didn't pollute the earth. We didn't create things like Teflon and Agent Orange. We didn't mess with the food supply.
Right. Which made sperm count go low, and T levels go low in men, and women do not ever conceive, and men's learn not to be shit to get them pregnant. We didn't do those sort of things.
None.
You know, these people literally is Dr. Frankenstein. They're a mad scientist. You know, what did Frankenstein do? He took 7 dead bodies and started putting them together and struck them with lightning. You know,
reanimated them all.
You know, that's basically, and that really, you have to understand that these Idumeans are really Dr. Frankenstein. It's a lie. You know, classic ass movie, man. But you know, that's the famous line. It's a lie. You know, and then they're excited about something that they gave life that they cannot control, like the righteousness.
An abomination. Yeah.
This is, you know, it's not a mystery that there has been that bioweapons exist and have been created. And I believe I'm not going to say it's so that we don't get no strikes or anything like that. But you know, would it really be hard to believe that if third world countries, like they accuse them of, can make bioweapons and shit like that, wouldn't the most technological country with all the money and the scientists be able to do the same?
Yep.
You know?
No.
Wasn't that the whole storyline, the backstory behind the beginning of the Resident Evil movie? They said if mankind is going to fail, and we have destroyed the earth, and he said it's going to fail. So he gave a proposal and we're destroyed on our terms. That way we can control it. And that's basically, and they still could.
This is Ezekiel 35, and I'm going to start at 5. Because thou hast added perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end.
Right. So when it was all over, for us to be pretty much let go. Esau ain't do it, man. Idumeans ain't do it, man. Look, this dude had ample opportunity to tell the Israelites who they was. Look, it's just not in them to do it. It's like I just did a sit down. He was like, man, you're so intelligent, but so unwise at the same time, man. Look, you got all this knowledge. You know we the Israelites, but still your dumb ass gonna fight against the Lord, man. Alright? Look, what the scripture say? Says, no mercy should be shown to him that had no mercy, man. You ain't gonna get no mercy, man. You ain't show no mercy to the Israelites. What mercy you showing us? Your mercy is motherfucking medical reparations, motherfucker. That's your mercy? Right. A lip dick.
Oh, just real comfortable with my hat on.
You out your mind and lift your dick.
You know what I'm
You a
saying?
bugged out lip dick.
Right.
That's a fake. You might as well be dead.
You
man.
can't even fuck no more. You know what I'm saying?
And you bugged out.
Right. You know? You can't. Look. This devil got a lot to pay for. You know?
I got a quick one. It's Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. Then to the righteous man stand a great boldness before the face of such and had afflicted him and made no account of his labor, like you was just saying. That didn't show us no type of mercy. They didn't give us nothing.
Hey, look, we built this motherfucker, man. All these, right, all these buildings. Hey, look, I was driving in, I just moved. All right, so when I'm driving past on 147, going towards Dixie Highway, it's a sign that said, this will always be native land, man. I didn't know, I just found out that Harvey used to be owned by the Gadites, man.
Hey, look, Iroquois Landing, all right? Iroquois Landing is about 2 miles from here. I ain't seen the Iroquois yet.
That shit crazy.
All right? If you on the Bishop Ford, all right, you get off the Bishop Ford to go to those exits that take you to 103rd, and take you to Stony Island. That's Iroquois Landing.
Ain't that some shit?
So when was the last time you seen a couple Gadites just walking through there?
I never heard of it.
All right? I've seen one hawk that hunts. That's it. I see a hawk that hunts, man. And you ain't seen no Gadites over there. They even got a town in Illinois called Iroquois. The Iroquois Police Department. I heard that Edomite sergeant, Idumean sergeant that got shot down a couple days ago.
I ain't even hear about that.
Yeah, her and her partner got blasted. They answered a call, went to a hotel, to a motel, and knocked on the door. And Jake came out blasted. Right? They said it sent them to the spirit world, man. They got a partner in the hospital, you know.
Fight for the life.
Right, he in and out the light. You know? So, but the point being, man, I didn't even know that there was a town called Iroquois, an Iroquois Police Department. And how dare you, what you did to the Iroquois, name a town after them? It's just like Blackfoot. You know, what they did to the atrocity and betrayal that they did to Chief Blackhawk. And they turned around and named a team after what they did to him and his people.
Anyone called the Redskins, something like that too?
And they were brown. And they were calling them red because of blood. Their skin was brown, man. All right?
Their uniform, they had a Gadite. He was brown with the red skin with a feather coming out of his head.
Yeah, but they used to actually paint this, you know, on a lot of they knew, like the football team, their skin is reddish. They weren't red at all, they were brown, man. They were copper colored like Negroes. In a lot of cases, you couldn't even tell the two apart, man.
Shit, look at Shapaka. Shit, you can't tell. You don't think Shapaka is a damn Southern Kingdom, man. Brothers of Reubenite, man. You know? Con. You know, hey, look, man. Hey, Esau, you got a lot to pay for, Jack. All right, and give Revelation 18, man.
Yeah.
All right.
This is Ezekiel 35 and 6. Therefore, as I live, said the Lord thy power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue
Right,
thee.
blood gonna pursue you, man. Hey, blood, man. Hey, what you going through now ain't nothing, man. What you going through now ain't nothing, man. All right, this ain't nothing.
Let them turn on that 5G in a couple days like they've been threatening to.
God.
We gonna see what happens to all these people who they saw stuff when they start going hello idiot in this bitch. Right.
I've been seeing nothing but videos on that too.
They all turned to Green Goblin and
Talking
shit.
about right, we should be eating their faces. And
He
shit.
was weak. You know what I'm saying? You got that revelation? Yeah. Hey, look, man, everything that you did, hey, look, but the thing that's going to be different in the kingdom, man, we're going to do it righteously, man. Your torment is going to be righteous, nothing, man. God.
Get 6 and 4 first.
So God. You know, hey, look, man, you know the things that the Lord showed me in different dreams, man? The machines, man? And the things that hey, look, man, it was me and a brother, we was flying over. He said, hey, come with me, man. He pulled up his hand, his screens and shit got the popping up on his wrist. And we just floating in the air. And this is glass dome, man. And just some drones came out of nowhere. Boom, and they just started circling the glass dome. And he said, look, it was actually Benji. He said, look, it's already clean, and then he told me to go in there and clean. He said, it's already clean. But whoever come out first, they all gonna get gunned down when they come out.
That is, and the
You know
Lord,
what I'm saying?
has clean technology.
Right.
There's no noise
You
pollution.
couldn't hear him.
No noise pollution, no fumes pollution, right? They you know, and these Idumeans, they can't replicate that. They need propulsion, right? The way these Idumeans operate is all their technology has propulsion. That's why you have the exhaust pipe on every engine, everything that they have. Because they don't have, the Lord only gave them so much. All right, they can't make, no matter what it is, from a drone to a car. Even an electric car still is going to push out some sort of propulsion emission.
That's like magnetics, right? If you I don't know if the brother you been to the little flying saucer.
Right? I've seen it.
Now you can watch the difference of the magnetics. You can watch the fast gear in place and synchronize everything without no metal parts touching. Hey, look, a lot of ESOL technology. Hey, this is dumb technology, man. And you with magnetics, you can have metal machines that where the parts never go bad because you never have any metal parts touching each other.
But see,
you know what I mean?
His breakdown thing is the way he stays in business.
Right.
That's because he puts all the little man in business. The insurance companies, the labor guys, the repair guys, they're all in bed together. And if you go back and if you do your research, you'll find out that almost every major business, and I mean big Fortune 500, almost every Fortune 500 corporation in America and its subsidiaries is controlled by Amazon. So it doesn't make sense. You gotta understand. The same way that it does not benefit the government to have a well-informed, well-educated population of people. Because people, you know, I think that was George Bush, the father, that said it. If the people understood what we've done, that they would hang us all. Basically, all the politicians would be hanging from all the street poles and light poles in every town that they are. People would riot and go crazy. It's just like the operation of the Federal Reserve and the IRS. They operate legally, but they operate with impunity, and then as if they're law and authority. And the truth are, according to the United States government and the Constitution, they're not. And they can't even operate. No, who voted any of them into office? Janet Yellen. You know, who the hell voted any of these people into office where they could control policy, man? Right? Your government gave you up. Hey, look, what was that? There was a book which I have to get called The Monster on Jekyll Island or something like that. But basically, that was the day when you had a bunch of group of rich men got together and created the Federal Reserve. And then they turned around and pushed that on the people, and the people took it. And it just goes to show you that your education is all full of shit. All because where was all the well-educated college people? Where was all the scholars, all the Cambridge and Oxford scholars that were involved in government? Where were they at? And you had this group of men coming in and saying, "We're going to take your gold and silver and give you this here paper." Who the hell? Of course, they were all in on it, or they all dumb as fuck.
Because a lot of the scientists and the archaeologists, they all in on it. You know, you look up a lot of patents, a lot of things they got patents for, man. A lot of scientists, like when I used to try and live, I had a woman that actually worked for what's this thing the FDA, right? And she said we have cures for a lot of things. He said, but as if they're gonna approve it.
Well, we know that to be so if you got the right kind of money because Magic Johnson's still alive.
Right.
Who else you know that got full-blown?
Still swole. Still got meat on. You know when you get AIDS.
We saw what AIDS did to people in the 80s, man.
That shit.
In the late 80s and the early 90s, man. We saw that shit, man.
That's the shit. Because on this Marvel Iron Fist, they was talking about how they got cures for people, but instead of helping the people, they was trying to up the prices on it. And basically, you would have to be rich to get it. If you ain't got the money, you ain't gonna be able to get it. But the dude who the Iron Fist, he said, no, we ain't gonna put no pricing on it. You know, we gonna try to give it to make it affordable for the people. And they was like, all the people in there was like, what? No, why would you do that? Now we missing out on billions of dollars. And you messing up the company doing that.
That's Esau thing, and that goes back to
and it's his company anyway.
And that's in that cartoon, wrong's gone wrong too, man. Yeah. Esau all about $1. Hey, you get that Revelation 18. Because all that, because ultimately, Oh yeah, the sick, yeah, con. Because ultimately, it's all gonna come full circle on your ass, man.
You got 64?
Yeah,
The Revelation chapter 6 verse 4, and there went out another horse that was bad, and the power was given to them that sat thereon, made peace from the oath, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto them a great war.
Right, and that's exactly what these Idumeans did. I was just watching some movie on as I was preparing to do a lesson. You know, something pops up on the screen, and I'm just letting videos play. And one was playing called The Battle for One House. Never heard of it, but it was foreign. But it was violent and bloody as hell. And it just shows you, you know, German Idumeans versus British and American Idumeans. Don't stabbing, shooting, and blowing each other up, just tearing each other apart. It showed a whole platoon of guys get lit on fire, and knowing they was gonna die, charged the enemy, those on top of them, and pulled their own grenades. That's some shit. Because yeah, it was just crazy. and it was going to, but yet you calling other people violent and barbarians and savages, man. And in World War II, that was that they took peace from the earth, and that great sword was given to them. They were blasting each other with cannons and machine guns and bombs. You know, that was just Edomite on Edomite crime. That was white on white crime, man. And then and a few Jakes that got in on it, they got to eliminate you Idumeans, which they were only doing it for payback for how they were being mistreated in America.
Yeah.
And over there in Britain. Okay?
Yeah, the elder not deny it. The elder not deny it. You know, he in the spirit world now. But he used to tell about the stories from over there
in Vietnam.
He used to tell us that they used to tell him, hey, this is not your war, go home, man.
Yeah.
He used to say how the women, they love Jake. But Esau, they weren't rocking with him, man. I mean, he used to talk about the donkey shows and all of that. But Esau was all into that weird shit, man. And look, man, this dude got a lot to pay for, man. You know,
yeah, man.
Yeah,
this is the same thing in Thailand.
Done. So this,
right? Same thing in Japan, man.
Done.
Right? The rice capsule is in the Jake, man.
Done.
Real talk. You know?
When I was up in Germany, man, they Germany, man, love nothing but the Jake. They even care for their own. I mean, seriously. I mean, you can fall over that butt naked, man. You're going to find 1,000 women taking care of you. You don't have to have
that's even better. Hey, that's even
I will vouch for that.
That's crazy.
And I was over there for 3 years. You know, but to get back to y'all was talking about the violence, and that just brings me to that movie Gangs in New York. If anyone's seen that.
Yes, sir.
That movie was a bloody, violent ass movie.
Yeah.
Man. Bill the Butcher and whoever else was in it.
Yeah, and it goes to show you that the gang started with these Idumeans, right? And these gangs are also, they turn into what? They turn into your fire departments and your police departments. That's what they turned into. That because when you watch, I'm telling you, man, if you've never seen Gangs in New York, you need to watch it and pay attention because the Crushers, the gang that was the Crushers in Gangs in New York was the police department. Because he went to Bill the Butcher. Yeah. That's that scene when he went to Bill the Butcher to go do some dirt for him. And Bill was like, told the mayor, hey, why don't you get your Crushers to do it? And, and the Crushers are the cops. And he said, and the mayor looked at him and said, I can't, I need you to do it. And he said, why? He said, because the law must appear to being upheld to the most, especially as we're breaking it. I was like, God damn if they ain't putting it right there. This is the mayor. Damn. So he couldn't use his thugs, his gang-banging police officers. Right. He needed to use other guys so that they appear to be upholding the law. They told on themselves, man. Really, Psalm 64 and 8, man. So yeah, he said, I was like, that's the most powerful scene in that movie, man. When he's talking to that conversation he had with the mayor, man.
This is Psalms. Like 64 and 8. Alright. This is so it says, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. all that see them shall flee away.
There you go. And like I said, man, They ratted on themselves in that. I mentioned yesterday in the live show that movie Body of Lies with Leonardo da Vinci. Man. You know, what they did was they I'm not gonna go all into details, but they took an Arab dude, an Arab businessman who was not a terrorist, who had nothing to do with terror or anything like that.
What do you think?
He had nothing to do with terror or anything like that. And what they did was they set this guy up, built a bunch of bogus accounts, and attached them to his email and to his phone, and made him appear that if he was working with terrorists, they flew him out. They had him actually doing legitimate business.
Right, so he don't know what
He has no idea, right? That they're
regular
blaming
guy.
him. He's just a regular guy, all right? Because they used him to draw out some big terrorist group. And he ended up dying as a result of it. Because when they came after him and realized he wasn't what they thought he was, they tortured him to death too. They just didn't kill him. They tortured him, like broke all his fingers, hit all his toes and fingers with hammers and shit.
He's just a regular.
He's just a regular dude, and with a family man. So now this family don't have their father anymore, and they did all that just so they could get to one guy. And you know, but the techniques that our country was using, shit, man. Watch
Like
that movie.
waterboard.
There's a movie with I can't remember the name of it. There's a movie with Samuel Jackson where he's actually that guy that they used to torture people.
Oh, it was two dudes. It was two of them.
Interrogate. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know, I watched it the other day. I can't remember the name of it, man. That shit was crazy, man.
But kind of funny
But
too.
it was like, well,
No, it
really
wasn't funny.
It wasn't
Okay,
funny
well,
at
I'm
all.
saying I ain't talking about the same movie.
No, they no dark comedy.
As a matter of fact,
he's
guys
like a CIA
Damn.
government operative, and his job is to torture. Get information. And he's taking you within an inch of your life.
Oh, yeah.
And right when you about to pass, he was a master at it. He'll let you like not die and then start the shit all over again. Right? You know? But going back to that Body of Lies, what they did was they went to the morgue and got a whole bunch of dead bodies. They put a bunch of dead bodies inside of a place, like a building or deck or something. And they blew it up. And it was all on TV, and you know, and all the terrorists are cheering and shit, you know. And you know, of course, if you are a citizen, let's say this is O-Block,
Right.
and there are oppressors that are oppressing O-Block, right? You don't have to have nothing to do with no terrorist organization or anything. Right. You just happen to be a resident of O-Block, tired of being oppressed by the people in that building.
Right,
They beat on you, they make your life hard, you can't get a job, they constantly harass you, they belittle you, and you know, they take your resources and your money, right? So when that building gets blown up on fire, of course you're gonna be cheering.
Right.
But does that mean you're a terrorist though? So that's the same bullshit that they've done, man.
You cheering for the downfall.
You cheering for the downfall of your enemy, man. So when these people are celebrating, they didn't have anything to do with that. They're just like, well, damn, those are the people that doing this.
They're fucking us up.
So that's what was going on. All this cheering is going on for this thing. And meanwhile, he's horrified because he's looking at it like everybody else, like, wow. And all of a sudden, his face starts getting plastered on the news. And he's like, what the fuck?
Right.
He's panicking and shit like, I'm an architect.
Right, I ain't got nothing to do.
Right. Oh, they're like, yeah, you're an
I don't know nothing about that.
you're the architect of all this. It's like, no, I'm not. You know?
That's crazy.
Could you imagine that shit? And guess what? They're gonna tell you the same shit.
Oh, they already got the same time.
They gonna with the right.
Yeah.
Deep fakes and all that shit.
If you watch the trailer to it's a game, Matrix Revolution, got a game, right? Fast and Furious constantly. You can't tell it's a fucking game. That's how raw it looks. Now, you can't tell it's a fucking game. You know what I mean? Yeah, you can't tell it's a game. So I was playing it, but they was telling you that they got the technology to make themselves look young in the movies. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, like you would never know how old we really are because of CGI, how good we got that you don't even know what they look
that
like.
high definition TV was really that was these Idealians' worst enemy because that's how we got so many images to prove that they're not white at all.
You can zoom in on the fucking.
You can actually see how red they really are, right?
Yeah.
But wait a minute, because you know, old school black and white, old school TV, they can get away with that white shit. But now it's high definition, man. You can, they all start to look like Glenn Beck. You all know how red Glenn Beck is, right?
Porky the Pig around this motherfucker.
You know? Right, they quick as hell, right. Hey, wait a minute, these people ain't right.
Right.
All right?
You
Want to switch?
I got you.
Go ahead, brother. This is Psalms 58:3. The wicked are slain from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Their poison is like the poison of the serpent, and they are like the deaf adder that's stopping their ear. And this is just going back to what y'all was saying about when they receive that set that dude up, man. I mean, they speak lies, and then they sit up here and portray like this guy was the one that did it. When they really he wasn't the one that did it in his life.
He didn't, right, he had nothing to do with it.
You know?
And the truth of the matter is that no one even really died. But it was, but you know, and that makes you think about that. But you know, it was real as hell on TV though, and they had bodies, so it makes you think about events that happened here in America. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of things are questionable. No, because because they'll click your video, you start talking about certain events certain events that took place here in America. You know, so you're trying to say that no one died. You know, like the thing.
You killed them. We said, yeah, they died, but it was your fault.
Yeah.
You did it.
Or like the thing with I ain't gonna name no names or nothing like that. But you had an incident with the school, and there was never any bodies. No one ever saw any bodies, any funerals or anything. But all of a sudden, so what I'm saying is that that movie just went to show you how easy it is to pull off, to make something real look real to the people. You set some real explosives in that building. You set a couple dead bodies, or you allow people to die for real. Right. But you created a boogeyman. So the person who blew it up, or the entity that blew it up, had nothing to do with it. Or the face that they're showing you had nothing to do with it.
Because these movies really show you how Esau think, man.
There you go.
You know,
that's the
they show you their mindset because, like Saw, man. You watch movies of Saw, that's a twisted, demented movie, man. They really show you the mind of Idumean, man, and what they sit at home and think about. Because a lot of movies is inspired by.
I wouldn't be shocked if that shit is real.
Right.
Yeah, like that movie that came out last year. The Hunter. Man. With the little badass Edomite chick. Yeah, man, that movie, I was like, damn. And that sort of shit is happening for real, man.
Somewhere in the middle of the jungle.
Now forget the little blonde chick with the tick on bitty.
Somewhere in the jungle, somewhere in the middle of no. Hey, look, there's places on the earth, man, that don't nobody live there, man. Just open.
And they made. There was a movie. It was actually, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was like one of the first movies that Ice-T was in, where he
Surviving the Game.
Surviving the Game. That was actually a really good movie.
Because
it was Surviving the Game.
It was basically what they were doing. They were same shit they did in that double. I mean that Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Hard Target.
They were going around finding veterans or finding homeless people, and then they would snatch them up, clean them up, and give them some, and promise to pay them, and then they have it wasn't like Squid Game.
Oh, okay.
And you were just straight hunting.
Oh shit!
It was
games.
No games too. They gave you a gun or they didn't. However it is, they would take you out somewhere, feed you, give you water, and say run. And that was it. And so they would slaughter you, right? And so you actually got hunted, man. And that was a movie that came out with Ice-T, Surviving the Game. And what was that, about good 15 years ago, man?
It was in 1990, around 95.
And it was a really good movie, man. But and see, people look at shit like that and think, oh, that's just entertainment. No, man.
Where they get the ideas for these movies?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of movies, they look like
facts is stranger than fiction.
Yeah, kind. Hey, you know? Hey, the hidden things that Esau is being searched out, man. So to understand the mind of a damn demon, he put it in your face. You can't trust this devil, man. Hey, what do most of his ideas in the movies come from? I just like with Thanos when he said rain down fire, man. What's another incident where that happened? Sodom and Gomorrah, man. It's the same incidents, man, where they can still test that soil over there, and it still has gamma radiation in it, right? Like, and it says the land has been pushed back, like basically from a point, man.
Yeah, they said it. I think if I'm not mistaken, phosphorus from nuclear fallout or whatever, that it burns blue. No, it burns blue. Shit, the sulfur. Right, it burns blue. The stuff that they got from where they found Sodom and Gomorrah, it burned purple. Right, it burned purple. It was more powerful than anything they've ever seen. Right, it freaked them out.
Yeah.
You know,
which proves
they know that the Bible's true.
Yeah, so you sit there and you see what you got the superheroes. Really all of that comes from the scriptures, man. Alright? All of that comes from the script. Like the scriptures say, the men of the Lord, they shall renew their strength, man, and mount up as if they had wings, man. Alright, then you got the Supermans and the Black Adams and man, all that comes straight out the scriptures, man. It's all derivatives of it, man. Hey, what's his name? Marvel, Stan Lee, man. He was a damn genius when it came to
he actually admitted that his inspiration comes from the Bible and from reading about King David and his mighty men.
King David.
He admitted that. What you got, brother?
Book of Luke chapter 8, verse 17. Nothing is secret that should not be made manifest. Neither anything hid that should not be known to come abroad.
That's right.
So Stan Lee get all his information from scripture, man.
But they all do. Yeah, they all do. Hey, like Independence Day. Hey, look, and they sit there and make it seem like it's on fiction and game, man. But really, they actually tell you what's gonna happen, man. They actually tell you what's gonna happen.
Straight out the Bible.
It's straight out
that
the
scene,
scripture.
especially when that giant chariot came out of the cloud on fire.
Oh yeah, it was on fire.
With amber. That was, big like a mountain.
God.
And everybody could see it, and it blotted out the sun. That was straight out the Bible.
God.
The famous Sarah Connor scene.
God.
That's straight out of Peter, the book of Peter's, man.
God.
When her eyes and her tongue melted in the socket.
While
she's holding the fence.
God.
That fervent heat.
Zechariah.
The melt with fervent heat is Zechariah. I think there's one in Peter too.
2 Peter 3 and 11.
The elements melt with heat.
Yeah.
It's a Masada chapter 3 verse 7. And in that time of their visitation, they shall shine the 1, 2, and 4 like sparks among the stubble. That's how we see just how fast the men of the Lord will be running during that day. Hey, you want to know what that sounds like? Man, it sounds like the Flash.
Yeah, Quicksilver,
right.
Flash.
Hey, Superman.
Hey,
because Superman was all that shit. Yeah. He could do all that shit, man. Even when
he was as fast as the Flash, and he was indestructible. Right. Flash wasn't indestructible.
Yeah.
He was only indestructible when he was moving.
When he was dealing with the speed. Right. He could go phase through shit. Hey, even Dragon Ball Z, man. Hey, you look at the Saiyans, man. Hey, they don't fucking age until they're 70. Alright? They don't age till they're 70, and they're warriors, man. Alright? Hey, they talk about how in the movie, hey man, then you got Frieza, alright, who's a fucking Edomite, who called the Saiyans monkeys. He called them monkeys. Cool. Yeah. And him and his and he hated them, man.
And it was so evident. It was a
generational hate.
I did see that a couple of those. I never really watched Dragon Ball Z, but I remember watching a couple episodes of this Frieza character because one of the brothers mentioned it. So that's what made me watch it. And I was like, if this ain't this is a depiction of Jacob and Esau. It was clear that this Frieza character was representation of
Esau. And then you got the Namekians. The Namekians was the Levites. They was the priests. Right? The Namekians was the priests. Right? And the Saiyans represented Goku and Frieza represented the southern and the northern kingdom. Goku was the semi-dub, and Frieza was the prince of all Saiyans. Vegeta. Yeah, he was the prince of all Saiyans. He was the Judite, man. All right, because, hey, look, man, they show you, they put this shit right in your face. Hey, look, I was looking at my woman the other day. I said, man, you look like popcorn. Her hair was standing up, and I said, God damn, it look just like a damn Saiyan. I said, you know what I'm saying?
It shows that comfortable,
you know what I'm saying? So it's like they sit there and mimic The Israelites. Who's the strongest people? Who's the fastest? Who's the best fight? Who taught the whole world how to fight? Alright, our people, dumbass, went to different like these monks and these monks.
Yeah.
Hey, we taught them how to do
We
that.
went to all their lands and then we gave them all martial arts.
Yeah, we
Right,
taught
yeah.
them how to do that. You know?
And right there in Acts, it tells you that the Israelites were coming back from Pamphylia. If somebody grabbed the Acts 2, like 9. It tells you, it just gave a list of all the countries that they were returning from to come to the Passover. And you got to remember, there was a bunch of countries that weren't listed as well.
God.
They were coming from all over, man.
Yeah.
Can I point this out when they getting there?
And we were a warrior people, going all the way back to Abraham. You know, Abraham taught his men, even the ones, the non-Israelites.
I was just thinking that. You said,
How he taught them the ways of war.
Yep, yep. When they was young, yeah.
Acts chapter 2, verse 9.
No, right there. Yeah, we just gonna name them.
Acts verses 2, verse 9. Parthians and Medes and Elamites and the dwellers in Mesopotamia and in Judea and in Cappadocia and Pontus in Asia. Phrygia, Phrygia and Pamphylia in Egypt and in parts of Libya, about Cyrene, and strangers of Rome, Jews, and proselytes, Greeks, and Arabians, who do hear them speak.
So
Came from everywhere.
I think that was a lot, right? So so that warrior culture, you know,
Who was doing all of
you
this?
know, they shared it, man.
Who was going to battle, killing thousands
we
with
blessed
300?
every nation that we went into, man. All right?
Can I get something for y'all?
Go ahead, brother.
This is Jeremiah 10 and 16. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name. So I mean, we everything comes to us. We have everything is made for us. You know.
And how many battles did Israelites went to and learned that? Alright, when you got incident, hey, you got a picture. I think a brother posted a video of a martial artist when he did a move and he hit him like this, but the way he hit him, he flew back, like the man flew like 10 feet. Alright, if he doing that and he in the state that people are in now,
Yeah.
and he's a fucking heathen.
Yeah, I
just
saw-
imagine what
yeah.
the Israelites was doing.
Right. I just
You know
saw.
what I mean?
I just watched a short video where they were showing. There was short scene. He was doing the 1-inch punch. This dude was doing 1-inch punch from elbow
Yeah.
from right, and he was hitting people from right on top of him
Yeah.
and blasting them back like 5-6 feet.
God.
Yeah.
So if they're doing that, what you think the Israelites is doing? Hey, look when Moses, his hand was falling down. Hey, look, when the Spirit of the Lord is on you. Hey, just think what it took for a man to kill 1,000 people with a jawbone of an ass, man.
Man,
What did it take? What was he doing?
but a dude who with the spirit.
Like I said here.
Oh yeah, kind.
300. When it went,
300.
300. When it did 8.
I got it.
Go ahead, brother.
In 2 Samuel 23, verse 8, these be the names of the mighty men whom David had. The Tachmonite that sat in the seat, chief among the captains. The same was Adino or Idainao, the Enzite. He lifted up his spear against 800 whom he slew at
That's what
one
I'm
time.
talking about, man. So this guy in the middle, all of them in one spear.
800.
800 men. Man. So that's where you get your Jet Li hero scene from.
God.
You know, that was your scene with Neo when he pulled the sign out
pole
with,
out
the, with the concrete on it.
Ding,
Right,
ding.
all them, exactly, man. So where you think all that came from, man?
They was the idea of it. You know what I'm saying?
You know how fast, how powerful you have to be to stand in the middle of 800 men and not let them get close enough to you to keep them on the edge of your spear?
And you ain't even getting tired. You know what
You
type
know,
of energy and stamina that
Stamina you have, you know?
Hey,
Now, you know, you think a man like that only gonna have one wife?
right. And you got all
You
this
think one
energy
woman,
to please
a
her?
man could just slay 800 men, but you gonna deal with him, but you the only one. No, you just me.
Right.
No, you gonna be glad. You gonna be trying to tag the next bitch in.
Right. help me, please. Right. Help me, please.
They did that in this.
My Lord, I can't take no
Right.
They did that in when it was a game before they made a movie.
Oh yeah.
Dynasty Warriors.
Dynasty Warriors. That shit was the shit.
Yeah, they Lil Boo slayed like over 1,000 people with one hit, and a couple of the other songs.
Where they get the ideas from? You gotta, hey, look, the idea gotta come from somewhere, man. You done probably read something. Alright, hey, but most of the ideas come straight out the scriptures,
straight out
man.
the Bible, man.
Yeah.
You know?
These look, these movie producers, these game producers, they all study. Matter of fact, the Bible is what's that word located? Dated by if I'm not mistaken, the word's placated. The Bible is basically used daily, by these game designers, by these movie producers.
Like Mad Max. And Mad Max. And look, this is post-apocalyptic game, right? Ain't no post-apocalyptic. Once them bombs drop, it's over with.
Yeah, because it's gonna get like that. That sort of thing is gonna be happening.
Right.
As the fall is happening.
Very kind. So in Mad Max, the video game, the moon is always blood red. Alright, the moon is always blood red. You're actually driving through the Pacific Ocean, man. Ain't no more ocean. You know, like they just read the scriptures and say no more sea. So they think it ain't gonna be no more water. And you think cannibalism's in there.
Yep.
It's all in this damn video.
All that, everything he just said, he said it.
Hey, look, this motherfucker eat dog food.
Yeah.
You eat dog food.
He said you eat dog food because that was the only thing.
That was the only thing. They would eat dogs that called meat.
It's like, damn. It's like dog food or die. So I guess dog
Maggots.
food it is.
This motherfucker's eating maggots. All right, whatever they can eat. They was eating what they could eat. And the scriptures talk about how it's gonna be a famine,
I guess
man.
a big ass fat bug would be a delicacy.
Right.
you fight with the bugs over spiders.
Right, God. Bug out.
Right.
You know, and
It's raid spider webs for bugs.
And then it wasn't nothing but lizards. It was lizards. You can catch lizards. Yeah, desert creatures. It was hawks. It wasn't like no cows or nothing. All when it was gone, it was on the desert animals. I was lining up with the scriptures. How the scriptures say all hateful birds.
And that's why you're right, because the word was right. Man, there couldn't be no life after.
Right, no water, nothing.
After the way he made it. Because Babylon is going to annihilate off the face of the earth. It's going to be uninhabited. And over time, it'll heal itself, but ain't nobody going to be here except desert creatures. Right? The Lord said he's going to leave this place as a memorial. Right? So all will know and remember, man. Because I'm sure they all get taught that in school or whatever their form of education will be once we get on the other side, man. You know, all the children gonna know of the story of destruction. You know, or when the fall of the pink people.
Red man.
The real red man.
Right.
Book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 1. After these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. So, man, Yahushua gonna come down, man, you know? And every knee's gonna bow, man. Everybody gonna be willing in the day of our power. Verse 2, and he cried loudly with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen. It's fallen.
Hold on, start it again, brother. This dude, his exhaust is coming straight to us, man. God damn.
How the man gonna be, hated with unclean bread. That's too.
Damn, see, we were just talking about unclean energy, man. That shit, that's poison, man. Shit, we might get sick tonight behind that. You know? All right, go ahead, brother. That shit was distracting.
He moved it just enough so we couldn't smell it.
Right.
So he know his shit smell like that, man.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 1. After these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was alight with his glory. So, man, the Lord will come down, man, the church, man, Verse 2, and he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and it's because to have cage of devil, in the hole of every foul bird, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
So, you know, man, after the Babylon the Great, a.k.a. America gets destroyed, man, this place going to be uninhabitable. That's what it's going into. You know, it's going to be filled with all types of desert creatures and unclean birds.
And then that radiation, man, you know, hey, look, a heathen ain't gonna be able to live over here anyway, man. All right, because hey, look, that radiation that hits, all right, it's some different levels of different bombs, all right, where it takes hundreds of years for the nuclear radiation to dissipate to a living level, all right, to where it's not harmful to you, because the radiation level really totally goes away, man.
Yeah, you know, they said animals and shit that live on the snow are all, you know, deformed.
Yeah, they fucked up. Yeah. And like, Luke burns at 500 million degrees Fahrenheit, man.
You know, they
That
might
shit.
make that animal wickedly strong, weird or some shit. You know?
Huh. And they show you that in the game Fallout. You'll have a deer.
Yeah, extra, you know, extra shit on.
They had deers. They had deers with 2 heads. They had big fat ass roaches.
Hey man, I saw
Roaches
that.
this damn big, man.
100. Now, man, a roach that big is gonna be like a damn metal.
Like a dog roach. The roaches eat anything,
Right.
man.
So you think roaches as big as your damn leg, as big as your calf muscle? That's gonna be a danger to you.
Look how fast they
And
is.
everything around. Right.
Look how fast
Right,
they
and
is.
you, and especially the way they multiply. So if you got roaches, you know, as big as a size 12 shoe, what do you think a couple hundred will do? They're gonna eat your ass, man.
Right.
And everything else.
Right. You know, hey.
Con.
God, you
know?
had this.
Look at Revelation, chapter 18.
Yeah, so this place gonna get ugly, wiped off the map, man. Ain't gonna be no remnant left, man. Ain't gonna be no post-apocalypse, man. That's not gonna happen, man. Alright, ain't gonna be no, and it's not gonna happen because what's gonna happen is the Lord. Hey, look, the Lord. Hey, what the scripture say? Come up out of her, my people, so you be not partakers of our plagues. Hey, look, the Lord gotta take us out of here, man. So the elect don't get destroyed with this place, man. You know.
Look at Revelation chapter 18, verse 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the merchants are women of fidelity.
Right. So he saw that. You look at hey, like if you play PlayStation or Xbox and you pull up the world map, America is lit up, man. Everybody's eating off of America, man. This is a consuming country, man. Right? You know?
Yeah, it ain't there because I've heard people try to say that that's talking about Iran or Iraq. All right, the world didn't get wealthy with Iraq or Iran, man. The world got wealthy off of America because this is the biggest consuming place that the world has ever seen.
But hey, that's why so many
They
people
used to actually export stuff in the beginning stages. But now America is all it does is import. It don't make it don't. Everybody's not buying America.
Right. Like yeah, they pretty much. Because really, America really has no power, man. If everybody just stopped, hey, everything you get made in Taiwan.
America's
made
power is artificial.
Yeah.
The people just said no. You know?
Right. So everything made in China, made in Taiwan. Hey, look,
America's a pimp.
Right? Oh, hell yeah.
All the bitches bringing him this money.
And even
But you know what? And look. All it takes is for the bitch to be like, well, shit, I sucked all the dicks. Why I'm giving him the money?
Right.
You know? So they gonna
I did all the work.
So right. She the one walking funny cheeks showing shit.
Right.
Got rolled by 20 motherfuckers in one day. Right? So right. And then she gonna give him all the money.
A lot of firearms is made overseas, man. Like in Springfield. A lot of people think that Springfield is made in the United States.
I thought Springfield was in the United States.
It's made in Hungary.
I had no idea.
They actually, Springfield actually is a company that bought, because basically they had a good gun and they couldn't sell it. So the company bought it and then they built off of the company. But they make that gun overseas.
Wow.
That's made overseas.
I didn't know that. That's
A lot Glocks are made overseas. Glocks are not made in America, man. A lot of parts come from overseas, man. You know, a lot of weapons are brought into America, man, and they sold here in America. And like different Dracos, the AKs, a lot of these weapons are brought in from other countries, man. The Canik is actually called a Jonik. It's a lot of Turkey weapons. A lot of the guns are not even made in fucking America.
Matter of fact, not the Marine Corps, the first generation of 9mm that the Marines started using was Berettas.
Yeah.
They was all about those, what I call, my son called the Beretta, the movie joint.
Everybody had it.
Yeah, in every movie, everybody got a Beretta, you know?
Yeah. It's a nice looking gun, though. Again?
Book of Revelation chapter 18, verse 4, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plague."
Right, and how's that gonna happen with the beam up, man? That's when the elect get taken up out of this place, man. I mean, I tell you something, man. The Lord Himself has to send angels to save the elect out of this place from the destruction, man.
It's gonna get pretty bad.
And
we keep telling you that it's here.
Right.
It's here. The stage is set, man. The stage is set. The thing under your skin is being pushed, and World War III is on the table. So once those two things cross, that's it. Right? That's the last. That's not to mention the medical camps. You know, and the medical detention centers.
They are reopening in Australia.
So there you go, man.
Australia already got them up and running, man.
Medical detention centers which you can go to indefinitely because you're a threat to society, you know, and all that kind of stuff.
I think there was a woman, it was a lion, right? She was on a little porch in the camp, right? In Australia. And they say she can't pass a certain line without having the mask on. If she didn't, I think it was like if it was a $5,000 fine, they took a $2,000 fine. If $5,000 fine, and she had to pay if she crossed the line without having the mask on.
Which means they would make her stay that long if you pay that.
And how you gonna pay 5 racks and you in the camp? They just sucking your fucking money.
So that means it's just gonna be free labor. You're really gonna have them doing labor.
Yeah.
So these big companies gonna buy. Yeah, you can see it. You can see it coming.
But they show you that Ready Player One. Hey, when you watch that movie, a lot of people couldn't pay debt. Like they was working for the fucking people to pay off their debt, and they would lock them in the damn booth to play these damn video games to pay off their fucking debt, man. All right, so hey, look, they give you the debt and say, oh yeah, you do this, bam, which is an unlawful debt. I ain't did work you to fucking death to pay something that you know you can't pay off, man. You know, unrighteous rules, man. Alright? Man, this place, hey look, man, you should be thankful that this shit is happening. And like the scripture that the brother read earlier, man, rejoice, ye heavens and ye earth.
I'm excited. Lock this bitch down.
Yeah, lock it.
So these people can start acting up, get this party going.
Right.
You know, I'm ready for the chaos party.
Right? Ain't you ready? Hey, look. Do you know what the elect is about to get? The hopefully elect is about to get.
That's right, man.
Do you know what's coming?
Didn't that loud now nigga woman last night say,
Right.
ain't y'all tired?
Hey, you're right.
You say, ain't you tired?
Your motherfucking back hurt. You fucking stand on this damn concrete all day. Your goddamn back hurt.
All kind of just aches and pains.
You
Man.
know what I'm saying?
Young men.
Me?
All right?
Shit.
I'm saying young men in their late 20s and 30s are complaining about backs and knees and
Knees?
And I'm like, what the fuck?
My shit hurt right now.
See? This is, man.
My feet fucked up.
Yeah, man. So this shouldn't be, man.
Right.
You shouldn't be 30 years old talking about my back, my knee, my shoulder. It shouldn't be happening, man. Right.
You're right.
Damn. We gotta get the fuck out of here.
You know what I'm saying?
But just to back y'all up, man. I mean, I must have stood up sometime this morning. I heard every bone in my body crack, man. I'm like, damn. Shit.
Some shit made me curious right now. Like, what the fuck?
Saying, man, you did a cold ass pop lock. Wasn't even trying to.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but look, this place is hell, man. This This is the valley of the shadow of death, man. Hey, everything is poison, man. Everything is made to break your body down, man. Hey, look, it's a lot of lawsuits that you look up. That a lot of places, a lot of these fast food companies, hey look, they don't sell. Hey look, you go to McDonald's in Germany. Hey look, they don't sell. McDonald's don't sell the chemically processed shit that's over here in the United States, man. Hey, in China, they don't allow them to put certain chemicals in the fucking food because they deem it cancerous and poisonous, man. Alright?
You to show you that a lot of these other nations, they actually care about this.
Right.
Right, like your government really cares nothing about you.
Right.
The whole USDA and FDA, all that is money checks.
Right.
Because who's it paid, they fines, or who's it split on the changes, et cetera, man. All right, because you meet the bare minimum, or you meet no minimum at all, man. And so those organizations are just in place to collect money from people and products. So how much? Well, so this is a good product. How much you gonna make? Well, then, you know, that don't quite meet our standards. So, So how can we work this out to where I do meet your standards? Well,
that's
going through this room.
Right. You know? And like cellulose, right? Cellulose is a wood product. That shit is made by cotton and wood. They put cellulose in food, man. And I found this out because I was working at a shipping company, and it's white. It's a big white brick, man, and it's just sitting ripped up, dirty as hell. It got ripped.
Say cellulose.
It's cellulose, and it's a food byproduct, man. They put it in food. It's like a filler, man.
And it's full of plastic.
It's wood. It's wood and cotton.
Wood and cotton.
And they use it. They say it's a fiber. It's a filler. So a lot of times when you see cellulose, cellulose is fucking wood, man. It's this white shit that they put in it, pretty much to fill it out, man. They call it fibrous, man. It's good fibers for you. But that shit is bullshit, man. Yellow 5. I worked in plastic companies, right? Yellow 5 is in Cheeto hot chips and Cheetos to give it the yellow flavor. They put yellow 5 to make plastic yellow. I seen the shit, man. I worked in a company. I worked in Berry Plastics. Berry Plastics made the fucking.
That's why it's called yellow 5.
That's why it's a chemical. It's synthetic. So Berry Plastics. I worked at a company called Berry Plastics. Now they made the cup top, the adhesive shit that goes on top of the cup to seal the sauces. The shit they put on it is corrosive and wow.
I remember McDonald's straws back in the day. I don't know how they look now. Back in the day, McDonald's straws actually had red and yellow stripes.
Yeah, they did.
Right? So the yellow 5 and red,
and
it's actually to make plastic.
It's yellow 5 and it turns the plastic yellow. Now when you but the red is beetles. I think it's red 5. It's actually ground up beetles. They always use the beetles in the red.
For fucking what?
Yeah, they grind up the
just
beetles.
Just so fucking mad. I'm just gonna murder. So I'm gonna murder a bunch of beetles who actually play a role in nature.
Yeah.
And put them in your food, and now your food is a bomb. How can I get these?
The beetles.
That's a wicked ass mad scientist, man.
Hey, I got something for you. John, this is Jeremiah 13 and 23. Can the Ethiopian change his skin or the leopard his spots? Then may he also do good that are accustomed to do evil.
Hey man, that ain't. Hey man, this dude is a mad scientist, right? I also worked at a company called New Farm. This company, New Farm, actually is in South Chicago Heights. Look, this dude is the fucking devil, man. Like when you work in these places, they really don't understand what they're doing. New Farm is basically a big ass potion making company. It's a big ass witch's brew. So what it is, they put glyphosate acid, they put ammonia, nitrate, they put all this shit in it. 1 minute, you put one chemical in it, and the shit, as soon as you put it in there, the shit will get boiling hot. And then you gotta put something else in it, and it'll cool it off immediately, and you gotta put this in it so it don't get too cool, so it'll turn to gel.
So if you do that shit wrong, you start fires or
if you do it wrong, look, I walked in there and when they opened the ammonia to do the respirator. They opened the ammonia, the shit was so fucking strong, it's ready to move. It was so strong, it fucking made me right here. I almost passed out on the floor, man. And they put this, and they put it on the fucking food. And now we had a meeting. He said we don't genetically modify the food. We genetically modify the food so the chemicals could actually stick to the fucking food, man. Alright, they modify the food so the chemicals actually stick to the food. So and then we get a MDS sheet, right? And on the bottom of the MDS sheet, they tell you what animals they didn't tested this chemical on. Alright, the rabbit, whether it's a rabbit, whether it's a mouse. It'll tell you what they tested this chemical on to see the reaction or what happened.
Which is cool as hell.
Which is actually
see, like you said, harmful technology. If you gotta kill animals
just
to test some shit, you know, you that hell bent on making money. You gonna destroy life
because he can't
just to make a buck.
Because the animals eat the fucking food and they die, man. When it's freshly sprayed over them, they die. And that's why you see apples and they got that gloss to it. That's what that is, man. You know? Basically all that Roundup shit, hey look, that shit is all fucking, yeah.
You still got court cases.
We made that shit, man. Wow. We made that shit. They made right here in South Carolina. We made all that shit. Big ass bats and shit. They pump the shit in fucking 1,000-gallon totes, 100-gallon totes, big ass totes. Send it off. Train filling up train cars.
Just so you could have a nice edge lawn.
Yep.
Green lawn. What's the point of having everybody's yard perfectly green? Nothing on it life is edible.
Yeah, because the dairy land is actually
it makes no sense. Makes no sense.
This Joel 13:4. But ye are all fugitive of life. Forgers of life. Ye are all physicians of no value.
Right, man. These people are physicians of no value.
No value.
All right, creating all this bullshit that really has no nutrients or nothing in it. Basically, just gives you cancer.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, of Sirach, chapter 39, verse 26. The principal things of the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grapes, and oil and clothing. Verse 27. All these things are for good to the godly. So to the sinner, they are turned into evil. So man, this dope man, he recognizes everything, man. The food, the water, everything.
I mean,
man.
that's what he do. That's what he do. Esau turns everything into a fucking sword, man. TV, a sword. Your woman, a sword. Goddamn it, air, a sword. He turned it all into a fucking weapon, man.
Yeah.
Everything he turns into a weapon.
God only knows what's in this rain and snow that's coming down the road.
Oh man,
I haven't did. Although this looks like it was real snow this time, but they spray so much shit that shit still be in it. I wouldn't be shocked if you balled it up and do the whole lighter test. You go buy a lighter and light it up, it's gonna burn and smell like plastic or smell like metal.
Have a black soot on it.
It's gonna have a black soot on it instead of melting.
Hey, look, this how demonic this dude is right now. Years ago, I was studying something called it's called a hydrogen generator, right? Now, what happens is they got little generators that can go on your car to make hydrogen out of water. Hydrogen is made out of fucking water. That's what the fuck they use to fly fucking rockets with. Fucking water. They use hydrogen fuel is fucking water. It's only water. They make it out of fucking water. And how easy it is. Look here. This is how easy this shit is to make hydrogen. Go to the lake, boil some water, distill it. You get a plate, a metal plate, positive charge, negative charge, and it separates the hydrogen molecule from the oxygen molecule, and hydrogen burns. It burns fast, and it's extremely flammable. And instead of them using the hydrogen, and what happens, the water turns like to this brown color when all the hydrogen is out of it. You just gotta pour it back in the dirt, and it goes through the whole cycle again. It
cleans itself up, regulates,
and it grabs the hydrogen molecule again through the force of nature, man. We got a whole renewable source of energy, but yet Esau wanna pull a lubricant out of the earth, wanna pull the earth's blood.
Basically, the blood is like pulling the marrow out of your bones.
God.
And you pull the marrow out of a person's bones.
Well, you be cricking and cracking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So here it is. Esau saying like I say, like the scripture say, you're wiser than Daniel. I look, you got all this fucking knowledge, but look, you just a wicked piece of shit. You just a wicked piece of shit. Alright? And that's why you gotta be taken and destroyed, man. Alright, that's why you gotta be eradicated. Wickedness gotta be put out the earth.
Then
And you
it's
are
the
wickedness.
Then it's the motherfucking minutes.
You know?
Times 100. He ain't just shooting slingshots and shilling shit.
Right. Like it was a machine
He
called,
causing millions of people to die and get cancer and all other sorts of diseases.
like it's a machine called a sonic pulsar. Now you can't find this shit nowhere. Nowhere. Like when I first came to the truth, there was a lot of videos on it, on a sonic pulsar. They made this shit at the Albert Einstein School in Washington, right? They found out that by shooting microamperes of electricity into your blood, when you connect these two things to your arteries, that it electrifies, it puts an electrical current onto your blood cells that nothing, not a virus, not a disease, not nothing can grab onto your cell and multiply. Not cancer, not nothing. And it kills it. And now, it was illegal to sell it in the United States, man.
So they got rid of the
They
machine.
got rid of the machine in
You know
the
what?
United
It's
States.
just like that dude who had the hot rods running off water.
Right, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
500
They killed
horsepower
that
cars,
motherfucker, yeah.
right? You burning out.
But you get
300 horsepower, 400 horsepower, 500 horsepower.
'Cause there's no-
burning out on water, and next thing you know, he died, and the technology just disappeared.
And what happens is when you run your car off hydrogen,
Because them damn oil tycoons are like, oh hell to them.
yeah, because what he was using was hydrogen. He was using hydrogen. So when hydrogen, when you hit the car and you got that lag, like your shit lag when you hit it, it say V and then it go.
Right.
It's a lag because the burn is, it's a lag. But with hydrogen, there's no lag because hydrogen burns fast. So it just you get
That's why
instant
his shit
power.
was so fast.
Yeah, you get instant power. You know.
It's a
You
song.
saw a damn devil, man. This
Chapter
dude's a
36.
demon, man.
He that devises mischief upon his bed, he setteth himself in a way that is not good.
Wait, he said it. Hey, look, this dude, he sleep, and he can't sleep unless he do something. I was just saying this morning. This dude can't sleep unless he do something with it, man. He said, man, I don't want to give him shit the album. Nothing.
He tossing and turning until he get that wicked thought.
Right, keep them sick. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if they dead. Fuck them. They fuck them.
Right. Yeah. So we're dealing with a man who creates the poison and then and creates the cure and then sells you the cure. He's the one that's poisoning you, but then he's selling you the cure. All right, or selling you the remedy. Not well, he's not really curing you. All he's doing is he's keeping you.
Prolonging your death.
Exactly.
You know, he keeping you sick long enough to suck you dry. And they show you how wicked this man don't need money. Esau owns everything. The elite literally owns everything. He owned the gold mines, the diamond mines, the silver mines, the platinum mines, the plutonium mines, the this mine, the that mine, the this mine, and this. He owned everything. When they go, they don't buy shit. They own everything. The Bugattis, this. All of these fabulous places, they own it. But yet they still gotta be wicked. It's just them. You would think if a motherfucker got everything they wanted, he'd chill the fuck out and be cool because you own everything. But yet you just a wicked piece of shit. That's why when Solomon was ruling, I like the scripture say, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked are in authority, the people mourn. That's why when Solomon was ruling, they couldn't even tell it who the fuck the king was. She couldn't even tell who the king was. He had so much wealth. He like, man, fuck this shit. And what he say? It's all vanity.
Yeah.
Don't none of this shit mean nothing. I'm gonna die and leave this shit to somebody who can fuck it off. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, but hey, look, but that's what happened when the righteous are in authority, man. Hey, look how much you need. How much you need.
Everyone has.
Right, everybody has something, man.
He made sure everybody was taken care of.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody.
Right? Like you said, the queen thought the servants were the king.
Right. She ain't
Like,
right.
damn,
She
damn,
fake.
every servant I see is more decked out than the next.
This nigga icy as hell. He got rubies on his teeth. Right, he put everybody on. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, Solomon, when he came into power, man, when Solomon came king, he threw a party, man. It lasted, what, for 7 days, man? A whole week. He had a party he sponsored the whole thing, man. He said, get this, get that, get this, get that. All right, he turned up with everybody. All right? Hey, that's what happened when the righteous are in authority, man. He want to see his people happy, man.
Yeah, and it wasn't no wicked shit.
It wasn't no wicked. It was all righteous. It was scripture say everybody was drinking, basically and being married, man. It was a big ass party, man. It was from one city to another, man. Could you imagine that? But here in fucking Babylon, goddammit, you can't go to a fucking bar without a motherfucker shoot or a nigga getting beat up outside, man.
Yeah, and you best believe that probably about 80% of the women in there are committing adultery.
Committing adultery, right?
With some wicked nigga. That's providing the penis for him to commit adultery.
Right.
In some cases, she's committing adultery with multiple penises.
God.
These women are heavy on that getting trains ran on them shit, the group sex shit. These modern women are heavy into that shit. I just watched the clip. The little TikTok clips or the little YouTube clips, and the guy came in and it said asking GF about 5 guys, and he was like, he comes in the room and it's an Iscarite. He's like, hey babe, you want 5 guys? And she's like, I thought you never asked. And she said, well, let me go in the room and get ready. He's like, huh?
Yes, I'm talking about some
burgers, right, exactly.
The fuck?
And she was like, oh yeah. Yeah, let me get my purse.
My fuck? I don't know. He like, what? Bitch?
Right.
5 guys? Hey, look, but this.
She's like, I thought you never asked.
But this
I was like, what the fuck?
This the twist. You don't want this shit to end, man.
Yeah.
You gotta go home and lay with a bitch that ain't yours. Yeah. These women ain't ours, man. You gotta go home and lay next to a loud, disrespectful, cussing you out, just a bitch.
While she eating your food and spending your money.
Living in your house, you pay the fucking bills for.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right?
This is
fucking hell, man.
This is 2nd Esdras chapter 15. You know what? I'm just gonna start at 4. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. And this is just talking about how y'all was talking about all the adultery among women. How you got all these guys sitting up there going out there and sleeping with other men's wives. You know, all the shit that's going on throughout the world, man. The Heavenly Father.
That's their whole plan.
They say they make sport to do wicked.
Yeah.
You know? And then the Heavenly Father about to set up all these plagues are about to come, man. If you look at this year, like the Elder Apostle just deemed this year, like I think in y'all video last night, y'all was talking about this is going to be the year of chaos. The Heavenly Father already deemed this year the Yahweh Bashir Al-Shah turning it up. So this year is about to be an ugly year for a lot of people. The elect gonna be okay.
It's already starting ugly. They said about the combined thing of the flu and the understand me. And they calling it something else though.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
hey, look, welcome to the flu world order, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Right?
I got a precept.
That's exactly what they're trying to establish.
You know, because now they saying, all right, because what happened to the flu? You know what I'm saying? Now they saying that it's cases of people getting both of them. All right, at the same time. Hey, like my son, he just fucked up. He had some shit called croup. All right, he ain't never had this shit. Look, I don't know what, he don't fucking go outside. How the fuck he getting sick? He don't fucking go outside.
The shit that they spray.
You know what I'm saying?
And the food that you eat, man.
And croup kills kids, man. It kills kids, right? He couldn't even fucking breathe, man. So we had to take him to the fucking doctor. They fucking swabbed his nose. Oh, he had the shit and that. I was like, no, motherfucker, he just had that one thing, man. It was a lady who tested the water. And she was testing the water on Facebook. And she said every one of that she tested the water, all of it came back positive, man. They fucking giving people this shit.
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah.
They giving people
and they kept taking that shit down, yeah.
You know?
What she did was she was testing the kits that they have been using, and all the kits came back.
They was coming back
positive. Yeah, she was testing the residue from this, So there it is, man.
Yeah. I got a quick brief. So this Revelations 11 and 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and the saints, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and should destroy them, was destroyed the earth. So y'all destroyed everything,
And
man.
that can't happen fast enough, man. We glad. You know, hand claps.
Yeah, hallelujah.
Hand claps.
Hallelujah.
We're watching. We getting to see this destruction happen, man.
Done.
All right. So, hey, anybody got any last scripture?
That's it.
All right. Hey, well, with that, man, we're going to give all praises going unto Yah.
Oh, Ba'ashem. Outside. Ba'ashem. Makakodash.
Wa abba b'bo.
Above the ball.
Gotta take your fingers out of the present.
Oh, okay. You're going to have to do it. Press the,
When you
press
press
the
it,
next button.
X.